Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the world of MMA drama, where the octagon isn't the only place battles unfold. Today, we're diving deep into the most shocking headlines rocking the MMA universe. From Khabib Nurmagomedov's jaw-dropping gesture that left everyone speechless, to Conor McGregor's fiery warning to Dana White, and the controversy surrounding Merab Dvalishvili, we've got it all covered. So, sit tight as we unpack the chaos, the emotions, and the intrigue. Let's get started. First up, the eagle has landed, and not in the way you'd expect. Khabib Nurmagomedov, the former lightweight champion, known for his unshakable principles and dominance inside the cage, has once again shown why he's a legend both in and out of the octagon. During a recent charity event in Dagestan, Khabib stunned the MMA community by announcing he's donating a significant portion of his fight earnings to help underprivileged youth pursue education and sports. This isn't the first time Khabib has displayed such generosity, but the scale of this gesture is unprecedented. But not everyone is applauding. Critics have raised questions about whether this gesture is part of a larger plan, perhaps a return to MMA? While Khabib has repeatedly stated he's retired for good, rumors continue to swirl. But not everyone is applauding. Critics have raised questions about whether this gesture is part of a larger plan, perhaps a return to MMA? While Khabib has repeatedly stated he's retired for good, rumors continue to swirl. Switching gears now to the king of headlines himself, Conor McGregor. Love him or hate him, the Notorious knows how to grab attention. And this time, he's sending a fiery warning to none other than Dana White. In typical McGregor fashion, Conor didn't hold back, calling out the UFC president over what he called unfair treatment regarding fight bookings and promotional priorities. McGregor tweeted, "Dana, you better fix this circus before I do it for you. Fighters are getting shafted, and it's embarrassing. Time to remind everyone who the real boss is." This isn't the first time Conor's gone head-to-head with Dana, but the timing is interesting. He's clearly pushing for leverage, especially with talks of his potential return later this year. Conor's just being Conor. He's always about making noise and staying relevant. But you have to wonder if Dana will actually respond. Is this a genuine concern for fighter rights, or just another ploy to keep McGregor in the spotlight? We'll let you decide. And finally, let's talk about Merab Dvalishvili, the Georgian machine who's making waves for all the wrong reasons. Merab's refusal to fight his teammate and friend, Aljamain Sterling, for the bantamweight title has sparked a heated debate in the MMA community. Some praise his loyalty, while others see it as a missed opportunity for greatness. It's rare to see this kind of loyalty in the fight game, but at the same time, the UFC is about the best fighting the best. Merab's stance complicates things. Dana White didn't mince words when addressing the situation. "Listen, I respect Merab, but this is a business. If you're not willing to fight the top guys, you're holding up the division." What's next for Merab? Will he stick to his principles or eventually face the inevitable? What's up, fight fans? In today's video, first we'll dive into an interesting story about Khabib that no one knew, then we'll get into the latest drama as Khabib's eternal rival Conor McGregor threatens the UFC. Jake Paul also takes shots at McGregor's career and how the UFC is turning Merab Dvalishvili into a monster. But that's not all. Usman Nurmagomedov has some heartfelt messages from his brother who suffered his first loss to Devish, and he opens up about how that defeat has impacted his mindset as he prepares for his own title fight against Paul Hughes. Also, Corey Sandhagen has thrown down the gauntlet to Shah Ali, and fans are buzzing about Tony Ferguson's crazy decision to leave the UFC and sign with the Global Fight League. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. We would be grateful for your support. Conor McGregor has revealed that the UFC blocked his proposed boxing match with Logan Paul McGregor, who has been vocal about his interest in exploring different combat sports opportunities. Suggested that this match could have been a smart business move, but the UFC
said he broke his hand. Did that bother you, the fact that he said that in front of the public? Like, did you feel it took away from your win at all?
I break my back during the training camp, and it was some days I cannot get up from the bed, and I was laid down, and I don't have a training camp, and I don't have a Khabib Nurmagomedov to help me to training, and then some days PI was closed. It was Christmas, and it was New Year's and weekends, and every time, not every time, but it happened a couple of times, Umar was there, and the security, "Well, I'm sorry, we cannot let you go in," and I'm not making this excuse. You're a fucking fighter, and you gotta find a way to win, or whatever. It may happen, maybe, I don't know. But like, after he disrespect me, he says so many bullshit things. I don't know. I mean, as a fighter, I respect him, but I mean, I don't know. God bless him. You know, I wish him all the best.
he didn't approve in a recent interview with Schmo. Conor revealed that the deal had already been on the table. However, the UFC ultimately vetoed the idea, denying McGregor the opportunity to step into the boxing ring against Logan Paul, where he could have earned $250 million. Despite the setback, McGregor threatened to disregard his UFC contract, hinting that he might participate in a bare-knuckle fighting championship bout without the UFC's approval. As Jake Paul is back to taking shots at McGregor once again, Jake didn't hold back on social media, directly mocking McGregor's lack of control over his career. "My guy, you are a total clown. You don't control your own career. The conductor decides what you do and don't do, and you bow and say thank you for the payment, sir," Jake Paul tweeted. As we delve deeper,
the commentators saying that fucking Islam got knocked down by Moicano, they said, "Ooh, knockdown." Okay. It's hard sometimes to see from the angle that
they
you're
said
looking
it
at.
in live, and they fixed it in the post fight.
That's because they fixed it because they have a fucking replay.
Yeah, well,
Other than that, they put out that he got knocked down.
Whoever the judge was, got to do a better job.
let's take a moment to analyze how these events could reshape the *** expanded discussion, key rivalries, future prospects, and speculations. ***. For Khabib, his charitable acts have sparked rumors of a return. Could this be a way to reignite his rivalry with fighters like Conor or even Charles Oliveira? Or is it merely the next chapter of his legacy outside the cage? Meanwhile, Conor McGregor's bold words have reignited speculation about his next opponent. Will it be Michael Chandler, or could we see the long-awaited trilogy fight against Nate Diaz? As for Merab, the bantamweight division remains in limbo. With Aljamain Sterling potentially moving up a weight class, will Merab finally take his shot? Or will this friendship-first approach limit his opportunities? One thing's for sure, the world of MMA never sleeps, and neither do the stories that keep us hooked. Now it's your turn, fight fans. What do you think about Khabib's gesture, Conor's warning, and Merab's stance? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for the latest and greatest from the world of MMA. Until next time, keep your guard up and your eyes on the prize. This is your go-to source for all things MMA. Khabib Nurmagomedov's recent unexpected gesture has left the entire MMA world stunned. Known for keeping a low profile since his retirement, Khabib has recently made a surprising move that caught everyone off guard. His gesture is being viewed as a potential sign of his return, though not in the capacity most expected. Khabib's influence over the MMA community is undeniable, and his unexpected appearance has sparked widespread speculation. His gesture seems to suggest he may have a more active role in shaping the future of the sport, even though many thought he was finished with the spotlight. The MMA world is now questioning whether this will lead to a more significant comeback or if Khabib's presence will continue in a different capacity, like guiding fighters or shaping the direction of the sport. Meanwhile, Conor McGregor has once again made headlines, this time issuing a stern warning to UFC President Dana White. McGregor, known for his bold statements, has warned White that UFC's future decisions could have major consequences. In his latest remarks, Conor expressed that if UFC doesn't adjust its approach, especially regarding fighter rights and matchmaking, he could intervene in a more significant way. Conor is making it clear that his influence is far from over, and UFC must take his concerns seriously. He has not hesitated to voice his opinion on matters that impact his career and the future of the sport. This warning is likely to put Dana White and UFC officials on alert as they figure out how to navigate the complex and often unpredictable world of McGregor. At the same time, Merab Dvalishvili has been rising through the ranks, and his recent performances have drawn significant attention. Merab, with his relentless pace and impressive wrestling skills, has become a serious contender in the bantamweight division. His work ethic and constant pressure make him a dangerous opponent for any
long camp. I prefer for anyone. You know, this camp we're training so hard. And someone was lucky because he's not here. Right job.
A lot of people say that because of that, Islam deserves some maybe pound for pound #1 rankings.
He's already the pound for pound #1 ranking.
But is he yours?
Yeah. I'll give it to him.
Fair enough. Armin,
Are you happy? Is everybody happy now? He's
yeah,
the pound for pound. Don't be dicks. I just admitted I'm giving it to him that he's the pound for pound, all right?
Dana White was here earlier. He's always said John Jones is pound for pound #1. Tonight he says he's changed his mind. You're the pound for pound #1 and the greatest lightweight of all time. So What do you think of that praise and to finally have the boss's approval there?
I think now I'm close to be Hall of Fame. Now you know, Dana, now you know. Honestly, I'm very happy because now nobody can say something. I feel like #1 best fighter in the world right now.
Ислам, наш брат, это понятно, как бы никакого неуважения там нет. Но если вот эти спортивные какие-то характеристики сравнить, считаешь ли ты, что он мог бы конкурировать с тобой, Шоном из Дюплесси 8-4?
Ну, если Ислам этого хочет, и Абдул-Азиз хочет, пусть поднимется, попробует. Я не знаю, я не могу дать ответа сейчас про Ислама. Я с ним не работал и не тренировался. Наверное, можно, наверное, и нет. Если кто-то смог быть 7-7 или 8-4, это был бы Хабиб. Ну и насчет Ислама я очень сомневаюсь, потому что по крайнему бою это в 70 килограмм. Он чуть тяжелый выдался. Может быть, это как бы... У меня Гильбертом тяжело дался, я 8 перешел, 8-4, и там легче подался. Может быть, у Ислама такая ситуация получится. Выше уйдет, и намного легче станет. Но только ринг может показать.
Anyone in the division, and his rise has put him in line for a potential title shot. His ability to dominate in the cage with high-intensity cardio and technical skill has made him one of the most feared fighters in the division. With each victory, Merab's stock continues to rise, and the MMA world is eager to see how he fares against top-level competition. He has the potential to become a future champion, and fans are excited to see what's next for him. The MMA world is now at a critical juncture, where Khabib's unexpected gesture, Conor's warning to Dana White, and Merab's rise all intertwine to reshape the landscape of the sport. These events are set to have a lasting impact on the future of MMA, making it an exciting time for fans and analysts alike. The sport is entering a new phase, and how these key figures play their roles could determine the future direction of MMA. The MMA world has been left in shock after Khabib Nurmagomedov made a surprising gesture that no one saw coming. Known for his calm and reserved nature since his retirement, Khabib has once again stirred the MMA community with a gesture that hints at something bigger. Fans and fighters alike are speculating about what this could mean for the future of the sport. Khabib has always been an influential figure, and this unexpected move has everyone wondering if he might be preparing for a return to the scene, whether as a fighter, coach, or in some other...
Frankly, I don't even want to get into the weeds with all of this. You guys are talking about 170. I'm way more interested in Ilya versus him as opposed to him at 170. Now, I don't think that's necessarily fair to Islam because he's already fought the 145 guy, and so he should have the opportunity to go up to 170. And I do think him versus Bilal would be a very competitive fight, and it's a fight that we're never going to see because they're friends and training partners. But let's see what happens against Shavkat. He deserves that opportunity as well. But to me, the Ilya fight is a lot more interesting right now. Point is, that's not the fight that should happen next. It should be Arman, and I do think Arman has a solid chance against him. But there's clearly a pecking order at 155 and
capacity that could shape the MMA landscape. His influence could be pivotal in the coming years, and this gesture has added fuel to the fire of speculation. On the other hand, Conor McGregor has issued a stern warning to UFC President Dana White. McGregor, never one to shy away from speaking his mind, has made it clear that if the UFC doesn't align with his expectations, he will intervene in matters concerning his career and the organization. His message was blunt: UFC must adapt to meet the demands of its fighters and the changing landscape of mixed martial arts. McGregor's power and influence within the sport have only grown, and this warning sends a clear signal to Dana White and UFC brass that Conor is a force that cannot be ignored. The MMA world now waits to see how this will impact future UFC decisions, especially regarding fighter negotiations and matchmaking. Meanwhile, Merab Dvalishvili is making waves in the bantamweight division with his relentless style and dominance in the cage. Merab has been a standout with his unyielding pressure, incredible cardio, and technical wrestling. His rise to the top has been swift, and he's quickly becoming a fighter to watch. The MMA community is buzzing with excitement as they anticipate what comes next for Merab. He's on a clear path to contend for a title, and fans are eager to see if he can take on the top fighters in the division and eventually capture the belt. His work ethic and determination have earned him the respect of the MMA world, and all eyes are now on Merab to see how far he can go. The MMA world is at a crossroads, with Khabib's unexpected gesture, Conor's warning to Dana White, and Merab's rise all playing pivotal roles in shaping the future of the sport. These moments are setting the stage for a new chapter in MMA, where power, influence, and raw talent will define the next era of the sport. The excitement is palpable, and fans
Magrazzi, ma scende ora.
განსხვავებული ხარ და შეჭამა იგივე მენტალიტეტით სადაც როგორც ყოველთვის შევიქარ ხო იცი შენი თავდაჯერება არ დაკარგო რომ რეკორდი გაქვს ბიჭო მსოფლიო რეკორდი გაქვს იმაში ტექნაუნებში და იმებში შემტონაში ხარ თავს აფრიალებს როცა მოგიწევს სწავლე ხეთი აფრიანი ასავლე რა რიჩი და მაგან არის შენაირად რო შეხედული არა მაგრამ მე შეხარ მაგან სამწილება არა ასე არა ასე აიდე Quale camera che desi da che le camere fare camera stai solo per dare si sarà qualche salve ma me subito vado a scuola per i lavori che scuola per qui c'è l'interview mo che da camera di interview ma la sta si scuola per il programma di docente ah one senso c'è credo che io college c'è la soluzione da cui si sta no si vede
Очень все.
Маме надо фотку отправить.
Давай. Все. Она хочет убедиться, что у тебя лицо чистое, да, что не пострадал.
Are eager to see how these developments unfold in the coming months. The MMA world is in shock after Khabib Nurmagomedov made a surprising and unexpected gesture that no one saw coming. Known for his calm demeanor and distance from the public eye since his retirement, Khabib's recent move has left fans and analysts wondering about his future role in the sport. While he has distanced himself from fighting, this gesture has sparked curiosity about whether Khabib is planning a comeback in a different capacity. Is he preparing to coach, mentor young fighters, or perhaps take on a more influential role behind the scenes? The gesture has the entire MMA community guessing, and it's clear that Khabib's impact on the sport may not be over just yet. Meanwhile, Conor McGregor has issued a serious warning to UFC President Dana White. McGregor, always outspoken and never one to hold back, has made it clear that if UFC continues to make decisions that don't align with his expectations, he will take matters into his own hands. Conor's warning to Dana White reflects his growing frustration and desire for change within the organization. He emphasized that the future of UFC must prioritize fighter rights and transparency, or Conor himself will intervene. McGregor's influence on the sport is undeniable, and UFC officials will need to carefully consider his words as they navigate the future of the organization. With his return to the octagon imminent, Conor's presence in MMA is as impactful as ever. As for Merab Dvalishvili, his rise in the bantamweight division is causing waves. Merab, known for his relentless pace, incredible cardio, and dominant wrestling style, is quickly becoming one of the most dangerous contenders in the division. His rise to the top has been nothing short of impressive, and fans are eagerly awaiting his next move. Merab's potential to challenge for the title is becoming more apparent with each victory. His performances have shown that he's not only a tough opponent, but also a future champion in the making. The MMA world is watching closely as Merab continues to build his legacy in the sport. The MMA world is at a pivotal moment, with Khabib's unexpected gesture, Conor's warning to Dana White, and Merab's rise all shaping the future of the sport. These developments are sending shockwaves through the MMA community, signaling that the next chapter of mixed martial arts is full of unpredictable twists and exciting possibilities. Fans are on the edge of their seats, eager to see how these events will unfold and how they will influence the sport's future. Khabib Nurmagomedov has once again stunned the MMA world with a gesture no one expected. The former UFC champion, who retired undefeated and largely kept to himself, has made a move that has ignited a whirlwind of speculation. This surprising act has MMA fans and analysts alike wondering if Khabib is preparing for a significant role in the future of the sport. Could this gesture be a sign that he's not done with MMA yet? While Khabib's quiet demeanor post-retirement suggested he was done with the spotlight, this new development has left the door open for many possibilities. Whether it's coaching, mentoring, or returning in a different capacity, Khabib's influence on the sport remains undeniable, and this gesture shows that he's not finished yet. On the other hand, Conor McGregor has issued a bold warning to UFC President Dana White. Conor, known for his fiery personality and no-holds-barred approach, made it clear that UFC needs to make changes or face the consequences. McGregor's warning to White is a reminder that his influence over the sport is as powerful as ever. Conor expressed frustration with UFC's handling of fighter issues and other decisions, stating that if things don't change, he may take matters into his own hands. The warning signifies that Conor isn't just waiting for a fight, he's ready to be a key player in shaping the future of MMA. Dana White and UFC brass will need to be cautious as Conor's next move could have far-reaching implications. Meanwhile, Merab Dvalishvili is making waves in the bantamweight division with his non-stop pressure and dominant performances. Merab's relentless pace and unmatched work ethic have made him a dangerous force in the cage. His rise has been quick and impressive, and the MMA community is starting to take notice. Merab is rapidly moving up the ranks, and it seems only a matter of time before he's in the title conversation. His ability to overwhelm opponents with his cardio and wrestling makes him one of the toughest fighters in the division. Fans are eager to see if Merab can continue his rise and challenge for the championship in the near future. His performances have shown that he has the potential to become one of the sport's top stars. The MMA world is buzzing with excitement as Khabib's unexpected gesture, Conor's warning to Dana White, and Merab's rise all collide in a time of great change for the sport. These developments are reshaping the future of MMA, and it's clear that the next phase of the sport will be full of thrilling twists. Fans are on edge, anticipating the next big move from these influential figures, and the future of MMA has never looked more unpredictable.